welcome! Released in September of 1997, Jack Off Jill introduces their first of two studio albums. This one, of course, being Sexless Demons and Scars. And with the band and their sound, their albums span genres of goth, emo, hard rock, metal, alternative, and like the whole riot girl movement revolving around serious topics of rape, domestic abuse, violence, degradation, self-harm, and suicide. So, fun stuff. And well, they're totally one of my favorite bands, and their next album, Clear Hearts, Grey Flowers, my favorite record of all time. I know this isn't everyone's cup of tea, from like the sounds to the themes. I totally understand that, but for me, they totally kick ass. And this is a band that I would have killed to have heard a third studio album from, because besides the two studio albums that we got a remix EP, compilation album, couple demos, including a recent one that was uncovered by the YouTube channel and Jessa Project. She found the Boy Grinder Sessions demo, able to upload it onto YouTube. So that was some lost media that I actually gave a shit about, so I was very happy to see that it was finally uncovered. So yeah, you only have those regarding music material. Like I said, I wish there was more. The band, throughout most of their duration, spent a lot of time touring with Marilyn Manson and his band. He even produced some of their like EP or like their demo tapes and stuff that they were doing. Unfortunately, as time went on, there wasn't definitely the best experiences from them, especially considering that Jessica, lead singer, she said that Manson's bassist player, that was her boyfriend during this time, she experienced rape by him and domestic abuse and violence. And then in 1999, Manson, he wrote like an autobiography in which he kind of smears a bunch of people, says like a bunch of bullshit and lies, so including about her. So there's a lot of people in that book that were friends, or at least thought they were friends with him. Their relationships just absolutely deteriorated after that. So yeah, definitely some terrible things that went on during that time, and honestly, based on the information that's come out past couple years, not really all that surprising, but still, it sucks. And I know there isn't a good transition to be made after that, so let's just go back to the band, shall we? Jack Off Jill, man, they had various members coming and going throughout their span, but you got Jessica and Robin Mulder, or Agent Mulder as she goes by on the albums, which it's actually coincidental, but got my X-Files shirt on here, so that's pretty cool. I totally geek out when I see that. That there were two of the four founding members of the band, the others being Cha-Cha and In Hell, but from day one towards the end, your founding members, two of the four that stick through, are Jessica and Agent Mulder. With this album, you have Lorset Simpson, she plays the drums, and Ho Ho Spade, he plays the guitar. Unfortunately, back in 2014, he died of a drug overdose, so there's a lot of grim details in this band's history, that's just for sure. And come to their next album, Clinton Walsh will be on guitars and Norm Block on the drums. And Dom Fleming produced this album, and I wondered, man, why do I know this guy's name? And I found out that, yeah, he actually produced Hole's first album, and I was like, that makes sense, So, with all that said, hopefully I did a decent job sort of crash coursing the band for you guys. I'll talk more about them in the next album, The Aftermath. But let's get started with the track-by-track album review. We will make you down, down, down. My world is evil, but I'm not made. With the first song, we have American Made. Much like the entire album, the guitars, drums, and bass are incredibly prominent and heavy. The song, very hard rock and punk, with a very, very slight hint of, I'm going to say it, pop during the last line of the chorus sections. Jessica, she carries that signature singing style in a high tone with an edge. It's like a troubled, demented child, the way she utilizes that tone throughout the discography. The song itself, can be easily overlooked as goofy, given the interesting lyrics throughout, such as Halloween Teeth or Betty Crocker Oven. But once you either listen to the lyrics or read them, you get the picture. They're talking about America, violence, prejudice, contradictions revolving around what America is supposed to be, stuff like that. The somewhat fast-paced nature of the bridge is great, especially what they're going for, and the do's that you hear in the post-chorus and parts throughout are very catchy. And you're in the song with her screaming, which you get quite a bit, which I absolutely love, and the drum bashing and crashing. It's a good start to the album, and it only gets better.
Self-centered devil's gone. This makes me durable. Or am I criminal? I'm fucking horrible. Everything's horrible.
With the next song, Horrible. What a jam. Like, the bass kicks ass on this track and everything is rocking. Everything in life is horrible, and so is she. She's either talking about like being a cannibal and consuming flesh, hating everyone while she tries to be invisible, having this sort of demonic possession of oneself. The various screaming you get on lines are terrific, and the spiral insanity during the bridge with the vocables is awesome. What's cool about the end of this track is how she belts out being horrible, as she totally owns that being a characteristic, and just that piercing guitar shred that you hear at the end, it's like icing on a cake. And once again, drums come crashing to an end, which I love of their chaotic nature. Next up, we have My Cat. This is such a bonkers song in such a fun and hilarious way. It's industrial metal meeting absurdity and storytelling, which I absolutely adore. You get this cat that can play the guitar, become a terrible actor, burns the Bible for fun, eats whole watermelons. I like the line, "He may not be Picasso, but he is a work of art." I just find that to be clever. I haven't seen the movie, though, in which the song is a nod to the film Ruben and Ed, but based on the premise, it seems like a movie I would find hilarious. And, this seems to be one of their songs, or probably there's one song that people may vaguely be aware of, which is fine, but I kind of wish more people would know them besides this song, because there's just so much to explore in terms of their material, and hopefully they'll enjoy it instead of them being, that one band with the weird cat song. But regardless, this is a very fun track.
Super hated. Super sarcastic. Super sedated. The Super Sadist!
With the song Super Sadist, cool rock and roll guitar riff playing, and I like how it abruptly starts at parts of the chorus where you just have the line sung. It catches your attention and makes you alert to the lyric. The song uses anaphora quite well. Practically the entire song starts with the word super, and then you fill in the blank with descriptions regarding this person. They're super ego, super hated, super sarcastic, super sadist. It's a very straightforward song. I like the ramped up nature of the instruments when you get towards the later part of the verses. I also like the outro, calling them super asshole, super nothing. They may adore themselves with all these negative traits and aspects and might proudly wear them, but at the end of the day, their nature to others is nothing.
Kids sure like the devil these days, and I'm the devil with the black dress on. Do you wanna own me, angel? 'Cause I own you, now you're gone.
With the track Devil with the Black Dress On, ooh, what a freaking blast this song is. Like, holy smokes, talk about rock and roll fever. The track is just littered with great hooks and catchy melodies, headbanging rhythms. The chorus is structured in this fast-paced, heavy rockabilly fashion. It's super catchy. The whole narrative of kids, like in the macabre and the taboo nature of things like horror and demons and devils, in which she presents herself as one. This is definitely one of my favorite tracks on here for sure, and I think you're probably the one track that people that may not be so keen on the various heaviness that goes on this album might like this, just because of that sort of punked out rock and roll fever. Like I said, definitely one of my favorite tracks on this record.
Fuck what I want! Fuck what I need! I'll sacrifice what I believe. My little Girl Scout, your mouth is getting sore. Will you love me any less if I hurt you anymore?
As for the song Girl Scout, ooh, this one and the next one, freaking brutal. Like, holy shit, they are heavy and dark. I love the guitar work on this track. It's heavy and upfront, giving the song an edge. That the vocals super haunting, whether they be in the verses, post-chorus, or outro. That build-up and the breakdown, spectacular. As you go from quiet and distant to up in your face, and it explodes with her screaming, "Fuck what I want, fuck what I need," in the last chorus. Just beautiful. Obviously, the story is pretty dark. Some serious relationship abuse, manipulation, and degradation going on. But at the end of it all, this is one hell of a song. Following up, we have the song Swollen. Fucking goosebumps, mate. Let me tell you, holy smokes. Let's just get to the chorus, right? Like, how terrifying is that to hear? Just blood-curdling screaming that makes you look around and go, like, it's from the song. I'm not killing someone here, Every line in the verses just deliver in a cold, sinister way that just grabs your attention. Take the story we had from Girl Scout and, like, multiply it by 10, just like complete degradation and rape. It's very disturbing, and you know immediately that the song will be that once it begins. Yet they do it very well with these two tracks by balancing the feelings of being disturbed while also loving them and how kick-ass they are. This type of song and like how it sounds isn't for everyone, that's for sure. But man, I love it. It's one of my favorites on this album. In fact, these past three songs are probably my top three on this record. So it's Swollen, absolute goosebumps. With poor impulse control, this song takes on a lighter sounding approach compared to the last two songs, but it's so within the realm of abusers and victims. So the victim has died, so now we get this reflection and recollection from the abuser's side. The guitar rhythm has a thriller genre edge to it. It feels like you're on the run, and might be a bit weird, but I get James Bond vibes from the first verse. You take the thriller guitar work and you hear the line, "One bullet in this gun, not sure if it's for you or me." It's enough for me to think that. But regardless, I like the narration going on. The guy is clearly sick and misses her, yet feels envious of her dying. She most likely, took her life. The line, "You can always cover it up with makeup," is sung a few times, and it harkens to abuse. Got scratches and bruises on you, but just cover it up with makeup, nobody would know. It's an awesome song, and it's a natural shift in tone too from the last track, while still carrying the overarching themes.
In ripped up jeans, everyone thinks they're so obscene, but they know that you get a taste of lolly rod. Lolly, 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 lolly rod.
As for lollyrot, a term coined by the band themselves, and doesn't surprise me. The rhythm and structure in most of the song are very straightforward and direct, but there are changes such as the mesmerizing presentation of the chorus and the charging nature of it as well. You have the killer lyric of latex smile peels off your skull, and what's funny about this song is how from an outside viewing the lyrics are absurd, talking about candy and there's a person with peanut butter on them, so kind of American made stuff going on with how sort of weird the lyrics are. But the thing about that is you see that in terms of symbolism and descriptions of being candy, for this song, being candy is that people are presenting themselves as sweet on the outside. But once you unwrap them, the inside is one of anger and rot. So overall, I like the direct nature of the track and how they presented the topic by making it intriguing with people being like wrapped up candy, or in this case, lollyrot.
Show me how they spit in their faces with your dick in the dirt, dear. Come on, love them, let's ride. Want this, my love, your mercy.
For the song Covet, I like how you go through this song thinking, yeah, this is good, but then when you get near the end, you're like, oh, because you have the possessivist nature of the partner she's talking about, and as the song is nearing the end, you have this empowerment moment where she's coveted everything he feared, and you're thinking, oh, past tense, like, did he die? And then she says the line, show me how to spit in the faces with your dick in the dirt, and it's like, oh yeah, he died, So it's pretty much a revenge tale. At least that's how I see it. I love the electric guitar playing. It's fast and carries an edge to it. I dig the scream of the chorus, only for her to finish the last few words in like the sort of low vocals. It's a very cool, abrupt yet natural shift. And it's a good placement after Lollyrot because both have that direct point in their delivery.
We are desensitized. Television does not hate me. Had hate for way too long. I hate you very much. We are desensitized. Shove comfort up my nose. I feel dysfunctional, but now I'm enough for two.
With the song Working With Meat, I love the balls out, jumping off the walls energy. You take a fucked up, twisted version of Department of Youth and add satirical commentary of 1990s hysteria with television and video games plaguing the youth and the genre elements and style of the band, and you got yourself Working With Meat. The nihilistic, abandoned, and neglected chorus of being failures to the older generation and wasting away as the maggots eat them is just excellent. The defeated nature of her groaning sigh at the end of the song is just a little aspect I appreciate because it captivates the feeling of the song. And like American Made, you get the highlighted derogative social commentary a lot of people had by either calling gays or people that hated the F slur. So it's a very pumped up, aggressive song. I like it.
Watch out for after school specials. Are we still okay? Well, okay! You cry! And I'll answer. Make me understand how I have to hate you. That's quite okay. Come dumpster.
As for the song Come Dumpster, I dig the intro and refrain we got, just the stuttering ka for things like come dumpster or cunt or call me clever. I'm curious if the piano was used during those moments alongside the guitar to beef the sound up because it's very powerful sounding. The tension-filled riffs throughout the verses are great. It has an espionage feel to it, and the song is totally rocking. Both the sinister delivery of the lyrics and the ferocious attitude in the screaming just kills. And I like to address this. I've been kind of thinking about this so that people don't get the wrong idea. But the screaming, it's not make or break for me, okay? Like the songs that don't have it, I also enjoy. So it's not like I only care for the song if it has like a complete breakdown of yelling and shouting. Not true at all. I totally love it if it has shouting and screaming or if it doesn't. But it's just such a nice flavor, to me at least when it comes to these songs. It's just awesome throughout the board. So yeah, killer stuff here.
I know your secret.
everything's brown. Eerie bass playing, the vocals are macabre in their delivery. You get a creepy Halloween sounding piano throughout. This track definitely carries a spooky theme to it. The chorus is goosebump inducing, and that line though in the second verse asking, how can I be truthful when everything I am's a lie? Terrific. I think this track is sort of a covert Strawberry Gashes that I'll discuss with their next album, where a person is cutting themselves but tries to keep it a secret. Though I think Strawberry Gashes not so much. But because for this song, things are clean until they're brown. So like dry blood. And with the first verse, it is depicted as teeth scraping beneath the sweater whenever they hate or steal. But above all, it's a very haunting and creepy song, and it makes for a wonderful, unofficial album closer.
I dreamed that I was you. I dreamed your ego died. Said who loves you more than I do. I know you lied. I'll bask in your forever. Fucking waste of time. Angels fuck and devils screw.
As for track 99, the hidden song, Angels Fuck and Devils Kiss. And hey, if you like the word fuck, then this is your song. That metallic, electric riff makes this track really stand out. And I like how the song slowly builds up in tension to where it's going to explode for the chorus. And it especially does so for the bridge, with her constantly screaming, fuck you, fuck me. I'll add that the vocal overlay of her singing the lyrics, and then in the back you hear her saying other words, adds up to the fed up emotions. And I love how the song ends with the same piano playing that you hear at the beginning of When I Am Queen, which is the first track off their next album. I'm a sucker for smooth transition, and this is one of them right here. When you lay it out back to back, it's just perfect. But yeah, Angels Fuck, Devils Kiss, great stuff. Alright, there you go. Check out Joe's album, Sexless, Demons, and Scars. If you've listened to this album, let me know what you think. You love it, you hate it, I'll be curious. Otherwise, I see you guys next time for their album, Clear Hearts and Gray Flowers. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and take care.